have to figure out how to get back to you. Will someone check Team Upward and make sure that this is live?
I'm on it.
Thank you so much. I think we're live. I would seriously rather die than render and upload and do all the things to YouTube.
Yep, we're live.
I'm so glad. Thank you, baby. How's everybody's week been? I know Amy drove an hour to a meet or something, sports something, and they canceled it once she got there. Grant is not coming home tonight, but he is on U.S. soil. So, you know, there's positives to things that happen, right? Always finding something great about what's going on. So tell me how your June is feeling. Like, I'm not, you know me, I'm not usually one to be like all about the feelings because I very much am like, well, you can feel one thing, but what you're supposed to do is something totally different. But I feel like our feelings are still important. And I have feelings about June. I have really big feelings about June and business and all the things. And so I want to fill you in quick after I've heard from some of you guys of what I've been doing lately. So tell me how you guys like unmute and just tell me like the first word that comes to your mind when you think of your Life Vantage business in the month of June. I'm going to unmute people.
I'll go first. I think that I have two words: interesting and just the month in general has been a little overwhelming just because there's been so much going on, both personal and business. And I mean, I don't need to tell you how my business has been and all that. I've got a lot of tools out and I've got a lot of follow-ups that I need to do in the next few days. So
Awesome.
it's just been family vacation and baseball and family and church and VBS, and it's just been a lot this month. So
I see a lot of people nodding their heads in agreement on that. But seriously, what Amy just said, the nooks and crannies, that like the fact that you have tools out to people and you have people that you need to follow up with is phenomenal. So be super, super proud of that because it is a nooks and crannies business. Like you guys know, I built my business with my kids strapped into the back seat of the car because they couldn't cause problems in the 30-minute drive to and from town and like running errands and all of that. Like bottom line, busy people get stuff done. I will tell you 100% of the people that I have enrolled in my business that have all the time in the world do very little. And that is nothing against them. Like it truly is nothing against them, but give me somebody busy any day. And I know that they have a skill that is really important for this. And it's the ability to build in the nooks and crannies. Like moms are really good at this, right? Like it's a real thing. So I saw a lot of people nodding their heads on the busy craziness of this month. How many of you guys are doing, oh, I want to hear from Phil and Karen.
I just have the panic slash drive to get to 400 this month. I mean, it's going to be like one of those, everything is all in to get that done. And we just spent the last week in the Boundary Waters. So we've been off the grid for a week. And so now it's come back and patience and do a meeting on Wednesday and a meeting with somebody else tomorrow. And so put out a list last night of about, I don't know, 30 people we're trying to follow up with on some things. So, and it's good promotion. I know the 400 thing is really important. So we're going to make that happen. So it's just a matter of how painful it's going to be to get there.
Yeah. Well, I am in the same boat. I have a little bit to go, not much, which thank you, Jesus, not much. So for those people who are new, I know we have some new people catching the replay and we have Shannon on. She is the newbie on our team. But 400 SV is the goal for this month. Like Phil was saying, my non-negotiable is 400 SV this month. And there are very specific, good, amazing, incredible reasons. And every time the company has said, look out, do this in preparation, there's something coming down the pipe. They have not been wrong. They have not missteered us. They have not been wrong. And they're saying, okay, what is being announced July 1? You want to make sure that you have 400 SV in the month of June. And that can be customer, new consultants, all of that stuff. So that's what Phil is talking about. And it is, yeah, the freak out a little bit. But then there's the part where it's like, okay, when I first heard that number, I was like, it has been months since I've done that. Like, in total transparency, like we've been here for what, 8 years? Like, we're out of our warm market. We're out of like all of this. Like, how's that deal? And then immediately thinking, no, I'm doing it. So it's a non-negotiable. We're doing it. And it's going to be awesome. And in doing that, you earn Performance Club, which in my opinion, this is the best Performance Club speaker that we will ever have in the history of Performance Club. So Sean Johnson, who is dating Princeton, is that his name? Kingston, Princeton. It's one of the tons. I'm not kidding you. He, like, I'm not kidding, is the best. So in getting the 400, you're going to get Performance Club, like everything builds on itself, which is so awesome. So I heard Phil say that you guys have an event scheduled for Wednesday, right? Is that an in-person or Zoom or?
It's just gonna be at the office. So I've just been patients we've had today that, we're trying to go, where can we, if we have to do 10 meetings, this one's just going to be a general who can show up and do that. So I have patients who have interest in certain things. I've given them a flyer. So hopefully somebody will be there on that time. I have an in-person meeting tomorrow morning with somebody who has a combination as MS and also has looking at having some upcoming surgery. And so we're going to talk about some other stuff there. So yeah, a lot of just different things like that.
One thing I will say is that I was trying to put it together. I hope it's right. But for Phil, I was trying to compare the healthy weight stack, which is what we tend to recommend rather than just mind body. So that cost difference between that special high speed health stack, you literally get like 6 products in that stack because there's the free NAD, and then because of the volume, they'll throw in a hand cream or something like that. So you go from 3 products to 6, and the difference is cost is like $30 to $34. And you go from 3 to 6. And so we were using that trying to.
We could be a consultant too if you wanted to be.
Yeah. There's no
And
fee.
are you including the cost of the NAD and the cost of the hand cream in that price difference too?
So I
Because that
just
would make it
took
higher.
the healthy weight stack price by itself.
Got it.
And I said, like, that's what we would typically recommend. And I had the price. And then I took the price of the high speed health stack minus that 10% coupon, which, and that was, then the difference between those two was like $30 or $34.
Yeah, and I would totally promote that to people. Like, you're getting $34 in free product, but actually they're getting like 70 something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was $30 more expensive.
$30 more expensive.
all it
is.
You're getting a much bigger value. Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. So yeah, just the other way of looking at it.
Mhm.
That's awesome. I mean, it makes total sense for people to do that one, especially with the free NAD and the free hand cream. I love it. Who has meetings scheduled for the month of June? Did anyone raise their hand? My computer just froze.
I'm bringing people to yours tomorrow.
Yay! I was just gonna say there is one for local people at Steinman Family Health in Des Moines off of University tomorrow at 6 p.m. We're gonna get started right on time, right at 6. So that's available to everybody local. And that's one, you guys, that even if you don't have anybody coming, I feel like right now in the month of June, with the craziness of everything, it's one to just get yourself to just be revived. Like when I hear other people talk, like today, Amy and I were talking, I'm like, yes, I mean, this is like the best, you guys. We have our hands on the best. And then, somebody else, I listened to somebody else talk, and it's like, okay, it's like going to church every week, right? Like we need that constant like reminder of what we have our hands on. So even if you don't have somebody, I would say put somebody in your car and bring them. But it's tomorrow night at Steinman's. So kind of the main thing, we have Shannon on, and I know we have a couple newbies catching the replay on Facebook. So if you are on Facebook, say hi in the comments and tell us like what made you decide to link arms with LifeVantage, because you're showing up to these calls for a reason, and I love it. Like there are so many people that are plugging into these that are new. So Shannon, do you want to unmute real quick and just like in 30 seconds say like why you decided I want to be a consultant versus a customer?
My internet is not super stable up here, so I'll try. But mostly I have been following for about like 4 years. Is and so and then one with sensory processing and development issues. And honestly, I can't even keep myself regulated to regulate everyone in the house. So this is I don't know. I want to get my family healthy, but I'm working on putting on my air mask and taking care of me and just working through a season of healing personally and wanting to take care of that food noise to begin with so that I can continue that journey in a bunch of different ways. So that is the 30-second version.
I love it. And you guys, the beautiful thing, and we were talking about this when we were talking about onboarding with Shannon today, is like Dr. Figueroa was one of my very first consultants in LifeVantage. And I will never forget what he said to me. Because we have so many people that join and are like, I'm gonna see how I feel, how it changes and affects me, which is totally okay. You're more than welcome to do it. I did it. Like I took the products for 10 months and God knew that it was a on purpose thing that he didn't have Kurt take the products for 10 months. Because honestly, if I had seen my husband start taking the products, we didn't see anything. Like, yes, he was reducing his oxidative stress. Yes, he was probably sleeping better maybe 6 months in, but I would have been like, whatever it is you're doing isn't working. But he didn't have anything significant going on. And that is a huge thing with people. And Dr. Figueroa said to me, he's like, well, I mean, we prescribe, high blood pressure medication for people with high blood pressure. It doesn't mean I have to take the high blood pressure medication in order to know that it works for somebody else. And he's like, I've looked at this science, I've looked at this research, and it works. Whether I feel it personally or not, it works. And that is so great. And I love like the idea of we can sit around and wait for it to work for us, or we can share it with other people and see how it works for 20 people. And it's going to work differently in each and every person. Like we've all seen that, like what it's done for Joanna Rice's husband is very different than what it's done for Stephanie Jackson. It's just so dramatically different, but always doing the same stuff. So before we talk about meetings, I wanted to talk about the onboarding process. So we have a lot of new people and a lot of people that are like, I don't know where to find things. Like I'm very overwhelmed. Like, is it in Telegram? Is it in Facebook? Where is it? And so get out a pen and paper if you're new and write these things down. And these are things that I had in the beginning. I literally had my daily method of operations, things that were non-negotiable to me every single solitary day. of my life and my business. One is I checked the Team Upward Facebook group because I am an admin on this group. Like, and I still don't see notifications. Like, it's the stupidest thing in the whole world. Amy will go live in that group and it doesn't alert me sometimes. So even if you're an admin in the group, if you have it set to see all notifications, you're still going to miss stuff if you don't intentionally go in there every day to see stuff. So make sure you're checking the Team Upward Facebook page. There's also Telegram. Okay. And I like Telegram because I know I'm going to get the notifications. It's kind of like the text alert that, yes, you can turn off notifications, but it's not like Facebook. It's not an algorithm mess. So Telegram is kind of my happy place. For a while, we were posting a lot in there, but the One Person Big Difference Telegram group has everything you could possibly want to know about happening for the week is in there. Do people pay attention to that? Do you guys like the Wednesday wellness and all the other stuff going on in there? Yeah. So that's in the One Person Big Difference group. And we don't want to like duplicate all of that. And so we keep that there in the One Person Big Difference group. But we also, for local Iowa people, we have a local Iowa Telegram chat. And like Phil and Karen aren't local, but they're in that chat. And Sarah Pessman is not local, but she's in that chat. Like people that are close enough that want to come to Iowa, whatever. We don't want to bombard the whole big group. Like, you know, we have people from Idaho and all over the place. We don't want to bombard people with that. But just know if you want to find stuff the majority of the time, like what's going on a given week, you can find it in Telegram. And then the other thing I wanted to talk about real quick is boards. Who uses boards daily? Me. If there's anything that you feel you are constantly searching for, yes, pretty close to daily. I think Ashley uses it a lot too. She did a training a while back on boards. So good. If you haven't seen that, go back and look at that in Team Upward. And it's free for one board. Oh, did someone say something? I don't know what just happened. My computer just freaked out multiple times a day. It's the best. Life Vantage is starting to use boards now too. I don't know if you guys got that email. And Amy's VA is going to be transferring like those folders into the Team Upward board so that you guys don't have to have multiple boards because you get one board for free. So the stuff that Life Vantage is doing, don't feel like you have to pay for a boards application or whatever board subscription, that's the word. It's going to be transferred over into the other group. So you guys have access to that too. But what are the biggest things that Amy and I are seeing success with in getting new consultants started is, yes, it's in the folder Life Vantage Corporate. So anything Life Vantage Corporate is putting in their boards app, Amy is putting into the Life Vantage Corporate thing in the Team Upward one. So what we're seeing in new consultants coming into the business is what we did in the beginning worked. And what we are seeing when people duplicate that, it works every single time. And it's so much fun to watch. And that is onboarding your first meeting set, preferably your first 2 meetings set, like within days of starting as a new consultant. I know Stephanie has a new consultant that is launching her business on Wednesday, which is huge. Like we got on a Zoom, we went through the onboarding and we got that scheduled. And she is launching on Wednesday in Des Moines. And Shannon, today we were on a Zoom with her and she is launching at the beginning of July and has that date scheduled and it's happening. And you guys, it makes all the difference in the world. Like statistically, it makes all of the difference in the world. So I want to challenge you guys to do something. And I haven't even talked to Amy about I haven't said anything to Amy. But do you know what you guys got today? What'd you get? Stephanie, what'd you get?
We got another week's worth of discounts. Woohoo!
I'm not kidding. I had one girl, she's in Mexico, and she used her debit card yesterday to buy hair care and some other stuff, and it flagged it as fraud. And because it was a debit card, you have to call the bank, and the banks aren't open on Sunday. She goes, I can't. I mean, I'll call them first thing Monday morning. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. You're going to miss out on your 10% coupon. I messaged her this morning. She ordered, she's a new customer on subscription.
Nice.
Used my customer discount coupon, which is huge. So you guys all have discount codes. Now I'm going to challenge you between now and the end of the month to use every single one of them. Do you think you can do it? Do you know it's impossible to use every one of your discount codes and not earn Performance Club and not get to your 400 SV for the month?
Nice.
It's impossible. We don't even have a pack small enough that if you do that 3 times, you won't hit it. Isn't that so cool? That's huge. And people are so interested in a discount. Like I have people coming out of the woodwork. I have people that are like, I really want to promote this in my clinic, but I really want to see how it works for me first. And I'm like, great. Take these products. Here's a 10% off discount code to get your consultant pack get started. And what inevitably happens when they do that is they start thinking of the people that it can help. Like there is this psychological switch in people's brains when they become a consultant. That's very different than when they become a customer. So I challenge you, and there will be for anybody who gets rid of all 4 of their coupon codes, there is going to be, I haven't asked Amy about that. I do what I want. She's like, go for it. Okay, so there will be a very large gift for each and every person who uses all 4 of those coupon codes by the end of the month. So Ashley Lester, I cannot see your face, but you're a person that's going to go for this. I know it. There you are. Use all 4 of those coupon codes. I saw you enrolled like 3 people over the weekend or something like that, right? 5 or 6?
I don't know. June has been.
Did she disappear for everyone else? Yeah. She froze. Okay. Yeah.
Ashley, you're frozen. I think she's saying June has been crazy.
I think so too. I think so too. But you guys, like, if you use all 4 of those coupon codes, like, just watch and see what happens to your business, because 3 of those coupon codes are consultant coupon codes. And Amy and I, we will get them onboarded and launched. And it's just 3. Can you imagine 3 people launching in your personal business is huge. So anyways, the last thing is meetings. Whether you're new or whether you're old, I mean, not actually old, but like been here a while. Like meetings make money, bottom line. And there, I know Tanya Sheldon was in at the FAB stuff in Salt Lake City a couple weeks ago, and she came back and she's just like, you guys, there are presidential consultants in our company that haven't done an in-person meeting in a year, and they looked at their back offices and they looked at the differences in the businesses that have been doing meetings and the businesses that have not been doing meetings, and it was dramatic. Like, shockingly so, to the point where like Brandon Cunningham has been doing meetings. I won't say who hasn't been doing meetings, but they had a almost identical business a year ago, and Brandon's is here and his is here. Like dramatic differences in people who are doing business meetings. And you guys, I know that they take time. I know that they take work, but they are the most worthwhile thing in the world. And I know Joanna could probably speak to what she saw in a meeting. Like there was one person there, you guys. There was one person physically in that room with us. But do you want to share what happened?
One person who I've been working on for months, actually probably like a year. And I was like, okay, she's interested, she's getting close. It's gonna happen. Probably in another 3 or so months, probably she'll be ready. And at the beginning of the month, she signed up. She's now a customer.
And who is this
And
person?
it's my mother.
Which is the hardest person in the whole stinking world sometimes. Like, and truly, Joanna has been talking to her for a long time. She's been sharing with her for a long time. She's tried to connect me with her for a long time.
She has been on a live Zoom call and she has watched, I think, 3 of the recorded info meetings before coming to this one. And she's watched a few of them since then.
And you guys, oh, go ahead, Amy.
I want to add something to that because I'm seeing the same exact thing happen. I've been very privileged to be attending quite a few local meetings here with new team that's launching. I just love growing locally. It's so fun, but I will travel too, and I am trying to travel. We'll see. Oop, my lights are flashing. But the same things are happening where I traveled up to Ames the other day for one, and she said, "Oh my goodness, I'm so sad. Like so many people canceled. They just keep canceling and canceling." And there were what, 4 people in the room that we traveled to. But that was so powerful. Those 4 people, there was 2 PhDs and a physical therapist who and I'm excited to welcome them, to the team, and they're growing and stuff. But so hopefully they see this replay. But what I just saw, actually, Christina, you've probably seen her name on a couple of boards. She walked out and she was the one that was inviting and people had been canceling. She goes, "Well, that was really small, but that was mighty." And I'm like, that is so true. And everybody walked out with their heart full. And the biggest thing was that the husband of the physical therapist had not been on board with her doing this business. And she's like, "I need my husband on board." And he had seen stuff. He had seen, like you said, Joanna, recordings. And when he came to that room and he heard the presentation, he saw where real people were here, and he felt it, and he was like, "Okay, I need this." We had the conversation, like Katie had the conversation of what he needed, but now he's supportive and ready. And guys, it's just when you really don't want to do that, push through and do it anyway, because it brings tears to my eyes every time, the lives that are touched because of it. And if this has been impressed on my heart for so much, I love that Jill brought this up tonight, because we are doing all these tiny little meetings and we're making these small groups happen, and it's creating a very, very big impact. And we just need more people to step up and say, "I'm going to do this." So that's it.
So that's the challenge for the end of the call today. Is I know Shannon was like, "Oh my goodness, she's like, I'm not overwhelmed. It's a lot." Like saying yes and then figuring it out. There's a fear element that you have to overcome in that. And Amy and I didn't have massive, huge blowout meetings. Like we had so many secret meetings for years where we would work our tails off and not one person would show up. We call it a secret meeting. And the meeting went great. Nobody showed up. But you guys, it's the small, what is the quote? It's the small day-to-day actions that make a life great. You don't become great just overnight and stand in this limelight of like greatness. It's the individual small little choices that you make every single day that add up to big time things. So my challenge to you is in Team Upward. I'm going to make a post, or actually just in this, because we're live on Team Upward, post in the comments whether you're going to do an in-home meeting / Zoom meeting this month, and then post the date you're going to do it for the month of June. Okay. So 2 things: use up all those coupons and do a meeting. I promise it will be worth it. So I love you guys. It is 7:15. Sarah, you're gonna do it.
Hey, so Lynn,
Yeah.
can I share something really quick?
Yes. I can hear you now.
I talked to Amy about this, I don't know, a couple days ago. So, when I want you guys to like remember when you're sharing other, like, I'm just going to use me for example, because a lot of people share my stuff. Just remember when you share my stuff or somebody else from LifeVantage, if you share their stuff, those people are going to get filtered into them because they're going to go to that post and they're going to comment on that post. If they don't click in a certain spot on Facebook, they will not end up commenting on your portion of the sharing. So if you want to share it, copy, paste, post. I just really, I would feel really bad, and it's happened. I would feel really bad if I get somebody that you attracted, you did the work, but they came on to me or somebody else. Okay, I know we're all in the same team, but just remember to copy and paste. Don't just share.
Yes. Oh my goodness. That is like the best way to end this. Never share. Always copy paste and, tweak to your words or put the person's name that, the story is about or whatever. But always copy paste, no sharing. I love that. Perfect. And what'd you say? Hard to open up to everyone for those, but we can definitely do more open ones. Yes. And you guys, if people want to collaborate and like they're like, okay, my space isn't perfect for this isn't great. Like, we have spaces and we can find spaces to do in-person meetings, like cross-line and team-wise and group-wise and all of that. Like, Ashley's coming to Steinman's, but we can do some down in Indianola. They're doing some. And I know that, if the facility is big enough, we have a huge facility in Ankeny that we can use. And I know like Phil and Karen can collaborate, like with Fonda, different people up that area. I know Fonda's not that far up there, but like there is power in numbers, and even 4 is a crowd. Like, we had an event at Steinman's a month and a half ago, and there was 3 guests there. All 3 of them own their own practices, and all 3 of them are now consultants in LifeVantage. Like 3 for 3 because there's just something different. So I love you guys. We have like 12 minutes to go to the bathroom and do whatever before the one person big difference call at 7:30, and it's going to be really, really, really good. So make sure you get on that. Dawn and Tanya are leading that one. So I love you all. Bye, guys.